Good morning, 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 good morning. Great day. How are you all doing out there this morning? Are you hanging in there like a loose tooth? Oh, no. Unless you're a 6-year old, 5-year old. Anyway, I watched part of a YouTube video yesterday talking about specifically black women and them needing to find themselves, center themselves in the midst of their current status, whatever that status may be, and getting grounded um, in a good way. And I guess, again, what happens is these words are transcending, maybe. They're transcending uh, sometimes human capabilities or human practices, human activity. We have been entertained and programmed with talking animals um, that don't die, or they die and come right back. We have been programmed and entertained to be asleep one third of our lives, or to be poisoned, or to wait on someone. And people are waking up and we're realizing that they are in their journey. They don't know where they are. They don't like where they are. So I'm here to give some encouragement on um, moving forward, the motive to move forward, using the metaphor of a car having the fuel to move forward quickly and automatically once the engine has been turned on. And so we have even faster ways of transporting ourselves, airplanes and jets. But right now, let's talk about moving forward in the vehicle of choice. And the Mustang came to mind yesterday because of an acronym I was discovering. And so it's a sports car, it's a muscle car. And I grant every black woman today brand new 5.0 Mustang muscle car. This car is free and clear of debt. Taxes are paid. It's in your name. You have the title free and clear. You have full coverage insurance. And you know how to drive. And so I take the same position for myself. Thank you, Val, for coming up with this beautiful idea. I can see the black leather. I can see the shape of the car. Mine looks more like a Camaro, but at any vehicle of this caliber, the point is that it's um, reliable. It's a reliable vehicle that will get us all the way from the starting point to the finish line. Um, we realize we want to go beyond point B now, from point A to point B. We want to get some Z's. And so I need people to know and realize that words have shaped our lives, and metaphors, and because other people are laughing, seeming to have a good time, we feel like we are left out, as if something is wrong. And I'm here to encourage you that everybody that's laughing isn't always laughing and always having fun, nor do they always know the joke. So I would rather not laugh and understand if there is something to be laughing at than to be laughing and be the joke. So that is my encouragement this morning, is to find your own laughter so that you know that you're laughing at something pure, happy, profitable, beneficial to yourself and to others. Those are the kind of things, thoughts to laugh at, laugh about. I encourage the young lady, 39 years young, and any in her class who have no children, single, and lonely, not happy with their status. And I want us to know that we have the ability with technology to get rid of that loneliness, that status that is unwanted. We have others telling us that what is going on the inside of us is what's being reflected on the outside. So then we are told that we are at war. But I don't believe that anymore. I don't believe that everyone is at war with themselves. I believe that on a daily basis we are shown all kinds of violence and war and bloodshed. And for those who do not like to see that, do not believe that that is necessary, then it can be discouraging. It can be confusing to why so much violence and those kinds of images are put in front of us. It's disturbing to the psyche, it's disturbing to the human body, it's disturbing to the consciousness of the planet, especially again those of a non-violent nature. So we tend to feel like a victim to other people's violence and interpretation that this is what's going on inside. No, it's not. No, it's not. So it comes a time, and that time is now, that we start to, or continue to speak our truth, to use all of our colors, use all of our creativity to make sure that we leave the knowledge, the truth, the information that we believed in, leave that voice print on the world, on the nation, on our children. Let them know what you believed in. Let there be no doubt of what you stood for, what you agreed to, and otherwise, what kind of legacy you want to leave. I would love to have a peer-to-peer discussion. Excuse me. I would love to have a peer-to-peer discussion with women of that status, and to bring the men along and see if we can qualify for each other. instead of labeling and categorizing very generically and superficially high quality man and high quality woman. These are things that we could jot down on paper, but if our soul ain't right, if once we meet, once we shake hands, once we embrace, once we get to know each other, once we get married, once we lay in the bed, and we're not supermodel perfect every moment, what then? Are we still lovable? Are we still able to celebrate the newness of life, which is every day, every moment, every breath? The side effect of social distancing is loneliness, isolation. And so we have to find ways to break the cycles of not knowing how to interact with each other without a kind of war. And it would help if our visual food showed more clean hands shaking, white gloves, or whatever we need, elbow taps, chest bump. However, we need to show that we are not a disease. We are not a contamination of the planet. We are not a harm to ourselves or others. I've often talked about the different ways that would be practical in separating ourselves, starting with blood disorders, hemoglobin, SS, sickle cell disease, or traits, blood types that are of a healthy type, separating those as well. There's still types of blood that don't need to mix and those that'll be ideal. I think that's a way to truly get to know someone down to the marrow, down to the blood, down to the bone. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. That's a way to be common with your lover, your partner, your spouse, your wife, your husband, or your business colleagues, whoever, your network of people. And at that point, when we're looking at someone and we're knowing that they are truly good for us down to the blood, then there's a level of trust, there's a level of family that goes beyond what we're saying with our mouth or what we're saying about our history together with that person. So I encourage you today to get to know yourself through practical matters, your profile, your blood type, how much you weigh. Look at these numbers, look for patterns. And then on the other hand, write down your projected mate, who you would like her to be or him to be, whichever you are looking for, in comparison or contrast to who you are. But compatibility is the name of success. Are you compatible with that person? Religious, spiritual words. I can try not to get stopped and hemmed up on a word without making sure you understand that person's lingo and definition of that word. Many people claim to be Christians, but they are not Bible readers. They are not Bible interpreters. They may not live by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. They may have a different kind of good God than you do. How does this translate into practical terms? Working, sleeping, eating, playing. What do they do for entertainment? That's a big one. If you have a Christian foundation, what is your entertainment? And how many people are addicted to television? We talk about drugs, we talk about food. What about sitting and eating hours and hours worth of endless violence or stories that do not relate to your set of circumstances? It's something to think about. It's something to process, digest, and act upon and respond to. My name is Val. I validate your very existence, your need, your requirement for love, appreciation, adoration. We've been taught to give all the glory and the honor to God. We wonder why people are so dejected and defaced. They have not identified with the God in themselves. And so, as you put me, the personal pronoun of me, as you put me first and have no other God before me, then you take a much cleaner look at what it is that me wants, because you realize there should be no other will outside of your own. What God wants, you want, because you are me. You are the me in the command to not have another before yourself. So put me first. $ GoAskVal, that is my cash app. In case you want to give, this is my occupation. I will sooner than later start to open up a phone line. Right now I do have a night flirt account. It is not going to be simply to flirt, but find ways to communicate with people that allows me to support myself and my family, and allows them to get the help that they need in practical terms, using words, being smart about how we look at our lives and how we plan to channel our energy and pay more attention to ourselves and what it is that we want, and having the confidence that we can have it and we can keep it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for adhering. And you will hear me again